Hi. Have you ever noticed if you're in a relationship with someone who is narcissistic that there is absolutely a need they have to always have the last word? They have a deep-seated need to feel that they're right. They will defend to the ends of the earth whatever position they take. I want to share a brief story with you from someone who I recently was working with. She was in a relationship with a man who really was very narcissistic in most of his tendencies, quite a crazy maker, quite a drama king. Frequently there were emergencies and all kinds of last-minute changes, unilateral decisions, etc. And in his family, he had kind of taken on certain practices which were eating away at his energy level, because he seemed to get great joy from doing things that he liked to do for them, with them, but at the same time he complained sometimes to her that it was taking too much out of him. She, in her loving concern for his well-being and seeing how fatigued he was becoming, very innocently said, perhaps you could consider setting a different boundary, cutting back on some of the time you're spending in some of these practices and endeavors. Instead of hearing the concern and the love and the nurturing that she was attempting to give him, the muddy filter of his own consciousness twisted her meaning to say that she was trying to control him, trying to isolate him from his family, that she was not only not going to be successful at this, but that there was no way he was going to listen to her, and that he really resented deeply and was very angered by her having the audacity to imply that he should change his ways. My client at that point knew him well enough to realize that there was no point in defending her position or trying to clarify that she not only was not trying to in any way, shape, or form cast aspersions on his family or alienate them from him or vice versa, or isolate him from them. She was simply expressing an idea based on things that he had said in previous conversations with her. She knew better by this time. She knew that he would always have to have the last word. She knew that he would never seriously consider seeing her perspective. He had made up his mind, and like a trapdoor, it had come down. And he was angered, and he was in defensive mode, and she might as well keep her mouth shut. One of the reasons that people who are this way have such a vested interest in feeling that they're right is really all about the underlying fear, the underlying deep-seated insecurity that makes them wonder if what they believe, what they think they know is really true to begin with. People who are secure are usually pretty open to looking at what they believe, what other people's viewpoints are, because they have that level of security and flexibility within themselves. The narcissist lacks this, as the narcissist often lacks the ability to truly empathize, to truly deeply care about another person's perspective. And so you cannot win when you have a conversation with a narcissist if it involves giving them anything less than a glowing compliment, an absolute accolade. Once you realize this, once you know, you can conserve your energy. You can know that your energy and your efforts are better off devoted to getting clarity within yourself about what really makes you happy. We can never, in a happy relationship, expect our partner to give us all the things that will complete us, because we have to complete and be complete within ourselves, just as they do. And a narcissist is not capable of doing this, which is one of the reasons why narcissists very often will move on and practice serial monogamy, and even when they are being monogamous, often will have backup people in the background of their lives who they can easily go to very quickly and very seamlessly if they're no longer getting that battery charge ego stroking from their current partner. They can leave, they can move on, and never look back, because the deep caring that you may feel is something they just really are not quite capable of doing. So, golden nugget number 1 for today. Please understand that in any relationship, there really is no win or lose. If both people in a relationship are not feeling good about whatever is the conclusion of a conversation that might have involved some conflict, then nobody wins. Golden nugget number 2, there really is no winning when you're dealing with a narcissist, because either they will blame you, turn on you, cut and run to get away from you, because if you're getting too close, they're afraid of being really seen. And if there's conflict, they immediately will assume most times that you are somehow becoming their enemy, that you're criticizing them, that you're questioning their authority, their competency, and they really want no part of that. And golden nugget number 3, again, it always comes back to what is going to be for the best and highest good. How else can you be living your life? What better alternative might be staring right in your eyes, but you're not necessarily looking at it because you're trying to work on a relationship with someone who, as charming as they may be at times, as loving and considerate as they may be at times, as beguiling and mysterious and fascinating as they may be at times, hasn't a clue as to who you really are, because they don't really have a clue usually as to who they really are. Something to think about, something to contemplate, and from a place of strength and energy and prayerfulness to act on when you're ready. I'm Beverly Banov Brown. Thank you for honoring the work that I do by listening to this video. Wonderful to have the time with you. Namaste. I bow to the light that is within us all and within you.